Good morning, dear students. Last class I have finished the problems on binary operations. That is exercise 1.4. In exercise 1.4, which types of operations are binary operations and which types of statements are not forming binary operations, at the same time which are forming commutative and which are forming associative, and which are not forming commutative and which are not forming associative. About all this I told on last class. At the same time, how to find out identity element from the given definitions of statements, about that also I told. Even how to find out inverse element also I told. We did so many problems, and we did so many problems on LCM and HCF also. In case of LCM, how we have to find out identity element. In case of HCF nothing but GCD. In case of that also, how we are finding identity element. About all this I told on last class. In previous classes we have finished so many problems in case of functions, inverse functions, bisective functions, one functions, onto functions. At the same time, before that, in case of relations, symmetric, reflexive, transitive, equivalence relations, like that we have finished different types of problems in case of relations, and in case of functions also we have finished it. After that, we started that binary operation. In that binary operations, which types of questions will come in commutative level, about that also I told. Generally they are going to asking finding of an identity element. In case of commutative level examination they will ask. Now today I am going to starting one new lesson, continuity. Continuity is there. Continuity is there, continuity. What is meant by continuous functions? What is the continuous function? And what is the difference between continuous and discontinuous? I will tell you today. Before that, what is the limit of function? Limit function. Limit function and the value of limits and the value of function both are same. Then only we are saying that function is continuous function. In case of continuity, all trigonometric functions are continuous. How they are forming continuous? All some algebraic functions, they are also forming continuous functions. How they are forming? About all this today we will discuss. See here, continuity means very simple. Let's y is equal to f of x. Y is equal to f of x. Be a function defined at x is equal to a, then the condition for continuity of the function y is equal to f of x. A is given by limit x is tending to a, f of x is equal to f of a. This formula must ensure satisfied by the given problem. Then we are saying that function is a continuous function. That is, finally we can write here a limit value is equal to function value. It is also can be written as a limit value is equal to function value. Limit value is equal to function value here. It is the condition to show the given functions forms continuous functions or not. When you are going to checking that given functions whether they are forming continuous functions or not, at a time have to check about this condition. Limit value is equal to function value. Based on this formula only, we are showing now all types of trigonometric functions are continuous functions. How? About that we'll discuss today. All types of trigonometric functions and algebraic functions, like all these functions, they are forming continuous functions. Even by showing graphically also, graphically identity function is a continuous function, constant function, and like all these functions, all trigonometric functions, if you can observe the graphs of trigonometric functions, they are moving continuously. There is no any stopping, there is no any stopping to those curves. Even I am going to giving definition about continuity by showing graphs also here. Let us now, we are going to checking the graphs of some different types of functions. It is the condition, this formula only we will use to show which types of functions are continuous functions. See here, constant function graph, constant function, constant function. Graph. Say here, constant function like this. It is the y-axis and it is the x-axis. Constant function is always represents a line parallel to x-axis. It may be lies above or below. If you can take that below also. Here y is equal to k, it is always greater than 0. Here y is equal to k, it is always less than 0 here. The point of intersection of x-axis and y-axis here. Observe this graph, there is no any stop to this graph. Continuously it is moving. Continuously it is moving. There is no any break to this line. If there is no any break to this line means that graph is called a continuous function graph. Even if you can observe this identity function also, identity function. Identity function. Identity function. It is y-axis and it is the x-axis. The identity function, the graph of identity function is always represents a straight line and is passing through origin and it making an angle 45 degree along the x-axis in positive direction like this. There is no any stop to this line. There is no any stopping and the line is stopping anywhere. Continuously it is moving only. Continuously it is moving like this. Continuously it is moving means it is the continuous function. Therefore, continuity function, constant function and identity function, these are always continuous functions. Next, some trigonometric function, sine function also. Sine function. Y is equal to sine x. X-axis and is the y-axis. Like this, it's moving like this. There is any graph, there is any gap like this. Any gap to this graph. There is no any gap, there is no any stopping, there is no any break to all the graphs means we are calling those types of graphs are continuous function graphs. Constant function and identity function and even all types of trigonometric functions, they are always continuous functions. Even a polynomial function also is always a continuous function. Wherever if you can say that polynomial in the form of y is equal to f of x, it is always a continuous function at any real number. These are the important graphs of continuous functions. Now let us, we are going to checking trigonometric functions whether continuous functions or not. When you are going to checking that functions, they are continuous functions or not means just you have to apply limit value is equal to function value. Any function satisfied that formula, limit value is equal to function value, then easily we can say that all types of functions are called continuous functions. If it is not satisfied that formula, then they are not continuous. Simply we are calling them as discontinuous. Now today, we are going to checking about those functions. Prove that y is equal to sin x. Y is equal to sin x is always a continuous function. Is always continuous function. Is always a continuous function. Continuous function. Now proof for this question is, any function checking of continuous function, we must get this condition, limit x is tending to c. Limit x is tending to c, f of x is equal to f of c. If you can get like this, then we are calling those functions are continuous functions. Now consider, let's y is equal to f of x equal to sin x is equal to sin x is defined at x is equal to c, where c is any real number, then f of c is equal to sin c. F of c is equal to sin c. It is one point. Consider limit x is tending to c, f of x is equal to limit x is tending to c, f of x place we have sin x. Here we are going to applying some substitution methods. Substitution method means how means I'll tell you. With help of substitution methods only, we can show here limit value is equal to function value. Now we are checking about this. Limit, send c this side, it becomes x minus c tends to 0. If there is no nothing means we consider 0 here. If you can send c this side, it becomes x minus c. If there is no anything means of c, we are going to writing 0 here, sin x. Now put x minus c is equal to h, or x equal to, send minus that side, it becomes c plus h. This means instead of x minus c, we are going to putting h. X is equal to only, in place of x only, c plus h. X minus c plus h. In place of x, wherever if you can see that independent term x, instead of that you put c plus h. Wherever if you can see that x minus c, instead of that you must put h here. Now we are going to substituting these two in places of x minus c and x respectively. See here. Limits x minus c place we have h. H tends to 0. Next, sin of, in place of x we have c plus h here. Now here we have to apply some compound angle formulas of trigonometric functions. Limit that is equal to limit h is tending to 0, Sine of c plus h. Sine of a plus b formula. Sin a into cos b plus cos a into sin b. You have to apply that formula here. Sin c into cos h plus cos c into sin h. Cos c into sin h here. Now you separate the limits to two terms. Limit h is tending to 0, sin c into cos h plus limit h is tending to 0, limit h is tending to 0, cos c into sin h. H is tending to 0 means that term is applicable for only h terms. If you are seeing other than h terms, just you make them as constants. That is, you consider them as constants. At the same time, then you can take them outside. Like this. Sin c into limit h is tending to 0 cos h plus here also cos c is constant, take out cos c into limit, here you could write limit h is tending to 0 sin h. Then you can apply limit here sin c into cos 0. When you are going to removing the limit means h is tending to which value is there, instead of h we must substitute that value only here plus cos c into sin 0. Sin c into, here sin c is there, sin c into cos 0 value is 1, cos c into sin 0 value is 0. That is sin c into 1 sin c and plus 0 is equal to sin c. Sin c means we can write f of c value. First we considered limit x is tending to c f of x, and finally we got f of c. And this formula is verified by the function sine function. That's what easily we can tell sine function is always continuous function. See here, limit x is tending to c f of x we considered, and finally we got f of c only. That's what we can write. Here I am writing about that here. Therefore, limit x is tending to c, f of x is equal to f of c. Therefore, f of x equal to sin x. Sin x is always a continuous function. Is always a continuous function. Like that. Is always a continuous function. Not only this, any trigonometric function you can take cos x, tan x, cosecant x, secant x, or you can take some algebra functions also. They are all must and should satisfied by this formula. Then only we can say that those types of functions are continuous functions. Otherwise they are not. Now let us, we are going to checking about remaining functions, whether they are forming continuous functions or not. Prove that cosine function is a continuous function. Prove that cosine function, that is cosine function nothing but here y is equal to cos x. Cosine function is always continuous function. Is always a continuous function. Continuous function. Same, this for this function also we should get limit value is equal to function value, that is limit x is tending to c, f of x equal to f of c. Proof for this question is, let y is equal to f of x. Let y is equal to f of x is equal to cos x. A is defined at x is equal to c. When we are taking defining at x equal to c means, then we can write f of c is equal to cos c here. F of c is equal to, we can write cos c. Consider limit x is tending to c, limit x is tending to c, f of x is equal to, limit x is tending to c, f of x place we considered here cos x. Here also we have to apply some substitution methods here. How we applied substitution methods for sine function. Similarly, in the same way, here also we have to apply some substitution methods. Is equal to, sin say this sides, limit x minus c tends to 0 cos x. Put x minus c is equal to h, or x is equal to c plus h. Then we have to apply these rules here. It is equal to limit, instead of x minus c we considered h here. H tends to 0 cos of x plus we have c plus h. Here you have to apply some compound angle formulas of trigonometry functions here. Cos of c plus h, limit h is tending to 0, cos of c plus h can be written as cos c into cos h plus minus sin c into sin h. Sin c into sin h here. Cos of a plus b formula, cos a into cos b minus sin a into sin b. According to that, we can write for cos of c plus h is cos c into cos h minus sin c into sin h. Afterwards, we separate that limit to those two functions, like distribute that limit to all these two functions now. Here, limit is equal to limit h is tending to 0, h is tending to 0, cos c into cos h, cos c into cos h minus limit h is tending to 0, sin c into sin h, sin c into sin h. H tends to 0 means that limit is applicable for only h terms. Which functions are containing h terms, then that limit exists for those only. You are seeing other than h, you can take them outside. At the same time, you consider them as constants. How means I will show now. Take cos outside because other than h terms this is cos c into limit h tends to 0 cos h minus take outside sin c into limit h is tending to 0 sin h, cos c into applied value here cos 0 minus sin c into it is the sin 0, cos c into cos 0 value is 1 minus sin c into sin 0 value is 0. Cos c into 1 is cos c minus sin c into 0, 0 is equal to, we are getting cos c is equal to f of c, we can write this as. That's what we considered limit x is tending to f of x. Finally, we got f of c only here. Therefore, we can write, therefore, limit x is tending to c, f of x is equal to f of c. That's what finally we can write. Therefore, the given function y is equal to f of x equal to cos x is always a continuous function. Even you can check that about tan x also. You can take any function. That function must and should satisfied by this formula. Then we are telling those types of functions are always continuous functions. We proved for sine function also. In case of sine function also we got limit value is equal to function value. Now cos function, in case of cos also we got limit is equal to function, that is limit value is equal to function value. Now let us, we are going to checking about tan function. Third question is prove that y is equal to tan x, y is equal to tan x is always continuous function, is always a continuous function. Is always continuous function. Proof for this is, let the given function y is equal to tan x, y is equal to f of x equal to tan x is defined at x equal to c. Then f of c is equal to tan c. F of c is equal to, here we can write tan c. F of c is equal to tan c. For this also, that function must and should satisfied by limit which value is equal to function value. Now consider limit x is tending to c, f of x is equal to, limit x is tending to c, f of x place we have tan x. Here also we have to apply some substitution methods. Send c this side. Limit x minus c tends to 0 tan x. Put x minus c is equal to h, or x equal to, we can write c plus h. We have to apply these rules here. Limit, instead of x minus we have h, h tends to 0, and tan of, instead of x we have here c plus h. Here also you have to apply compound angle formula of tan function, that is equal to limit h is tending to 0, tan of a plus b formula, tan a plus tan b, that is tan c plus tan h whole dividing by 1 minus tan c into tan h. Directly you can apply the limit here. Tan c plus tan 0 whole dividing by 1 minus tan c into tan 0 is equal to tan c plus tan 0 value is 0 whole dividing by 1 minus tan c into 0 here. Tan c plus 0 tan c whole dividing by 1 tan c into 0 0 1 minus 0 is 1 is equal to tan c only here. Tan c nothing but we can write here f of c. Therefore, we can write limit x is tending to c, f of x is equal to f of c. Like that we got limit value is equal to function value. That's what we can tell. Y is equal to f of x equal to tan x is always a continuous function. Not only this, you can take cosecant x, secant x, cot x, like all these functions are always continuous functions. But those functions must ensure satisfied by this formula, that is limit x is tending to say f of x equal to f of c. Not only this, even if you can check some algebraic functions also continuous functions. Like that today, I finished 3 functions, sin x, cos x, tan x. At the same time, I showed some graphs also. With help of graphs also we can tell which are continuous and which are continuous. About that also I told, in case of continuous constant function, identity function and some trigonometric function graphs also. If you can observe the graphs of all these functions, they are always moving continuously. Those graphs, they are not having any stopping. They did not stop anywhere. They are moving continuously only. In case of constant function, the line moving continuous. In case of identity function, the line is moving continuously. There is no any stopping to those lines. That's what we are calling them as continuous functions. Even trigonometry functions also continuous functions by showing graphs also. That's why one formula is there to show continuous functions. That is limit value is equal to function value. Like that, any function satisfied by this formula, we can tell those types of functions are continuous functions. Next class onwards, we will see some other different types of functions, and I will tell you different types of concepts of continuity also on next class. Thank you very much.